This solo will start by hammering 7 to 9 on the G string, and then with your middle finger, play the 8th fret on the B string, and then go back to the 9th fret on the G string with vibrato. Here's that first lick. One more time. Then you'll do the same 7 to 9 hammer on, but this time when you go to 8 with your middle finger, you do 2 bends. In the second one you release. So hammer on, full bend and release, 9 on the G string with vibrato. That one again. Then the same hammer on again, 7 to 9 on the G string. Now you'll want to use your index finger here for the 8th fret on the B string. Slide up to 10 and then back to 8. After you do that, use your 3rd finger to slide 10 to 11 on the B. Then you'll play the 8th fret on the E string twice. Then I would switch to my middle finger here and do a pre-bend and release on the 8th fret. Then use your 3rd finger to do a pre-bend and release. At the 10th fret, back to the 8th fret on the E, 10th fret on the B. So, hammer on, slide 10 to 11, oops, then 8, middle finger, pre-bend and release on the 8, 3rd finger, pre-bend and release on the 10th, 8, and then 10 on the B string. I'll play that one more time. Then the next lick, you'll use your 3rd finger to slide 8 to 10 on the B, and then 1st finger 8, 8 on the E. It kind of slides off the last one, and then a slide with your 3rd finger 7 to 9 on the G, and then 8, 8 on the B, sliding off the 2nd note. So you got this. And you can end with your 1st finger on the 7th fret of the D string. So then you use your 1st finger to play the 9th fret to slide back to the 7 on the D. 3rd finger is going to play the 9th fret now. Slide up to the 12th fret. So, and then 11, 11 on the G string. And then use your index finger at the 10th fret to do a full bend and release. Then a pre-bend and release. Pre-bend and release again. Slide back to the 8th fret. So from the bends there, it's full bend and release, pre-bend and release twice, and then slide back to the 8th fret. So and then from there, you do this kind of like little scrape kind of thing from your 1st finger on the 8th fret of the B string to the 10th fret on the E string. So just feed your pick through both the strings at the same time. So and then 9, 8, slide back to the 6th fret. So it'll be scrape to the 10th, 9, 10, 10, scrape to 10, 9, 8, slide back to 6, And then you kind of slide up, kind of like that, because we're going to go to the 12th fret with our third finger. On the E string, you can go 12, 11, 10, and the 10 has vibrato. So scrape to 10, 9, 8, slide back to 6, 12, 11, 10. Moving on, you do a pre-bend. Think about being in your A minor pentatonic position here. Pre-bend, full bend, release, and then in the same thing without picking again, you'll do a bend and release, pull off to the 5th fret. So you have a pre-bend and release, and then you do this again essentially, but you're going to add one more in the middle, bend and release. So pre-bend, 1, 2, 3, pull off to the 5th fret. Those two together. Then you do a full bend, a pre-bend, release with a full bend and release. Now you'll play the 5th fret now. Slide 7 to 9 on the G. Use your first finger to play the 8th fret on the B. Then you do a full bend on 10 on the E, a quarter bend. Then you're going to hammer 8 to 10, 8, and then end on the 10th fret of the B string. That one again. Ah, shit. And then from there, you just do the I'll attempt to play this all together.